hey there, halflings. Alyssa here. Welcome back. We are going to begin reading book number 13 of the Magic Treehouse Merlin Mission series. This one is called Moonlight on the Magic Flute. And without wasting any more time, let's begin. Chapter 1, To the Summer Palace. Jack was sitting at the computer in the living room. He was doing research on penguins for a school project. His mom and dad were cooking in the kitchen. Jack could smell bread baking in the oven and spaghetti sauce bubbling on the top of the stove. "Jack!" Annie burst into the living room. "Come with me," she said. "What's going on?" said Jack. "They're here," said Annie. "Teddy? Kathleen?" asked Jack. Annie nodded, her eyes shining. "Oh, man," Jack whispered. He jumped up from his chair and grabbed his jacket and backpack. "Mom? Dad? We'll be back soon," he called. "Dinner's in 30 minutes, their mom called from the kitchen. "No problem," said Annie. Then she and Jack headed out the front door into the cool spring air. "Where did you see them?" said Jack. "At the edge of the woods," said Annie. "I was riding my bike home from my piano lesson. When they saw me, they waved." "You didn't stop and talk to them?" said Jack. "No, I pointed to the house," said Annie, "to let them know I had to get you first." "Oh, thanks," said Jack. "We'd better hurry." "I wonder where they'll send us," said Annie, as they crossed their yard and headed up the sidewalk. "I wonder what our next mission is. Hey, did you bring the wand of Dianthus?" "Yep, it's in my backpack," said Jack. Jack and Annie ran into the Frog Creek woods. They hurried through the shadowy light of late afternoon until they came to the tallest tree. Jack looked up. The treehouse was back. The two young enchanters from Camelot were looking out the window. "Hi!" yelled Jack and Annie. "Hello!" Teddy and Kathleen shouted. Annie grabbed the rope ladder and climbed up into the treehouse. Jack followed. "We're so glad you're back," said Annie. She hugged Teddy and Kathleen. Jack hugged them too. "How's Penny?" Jack asked. He had been missing the little penguin they had given Merlin on their last adventure. "Oh, Penny and Merlin have become the best of friends," said Kathleen. "She has brought him much joy and laughter." "Cool," said Jack. He wasn't surprised. Penny had made him really happy too. "What do you want us to do now?" said Annie. "On your last missions, you found secrets of happiness to help Merlin," said Kathleen. Jack and Annie nodded. "Now, on your next mission, Merlin wants you to help bring happiness to millions of people," said Kathleen. "Whoa," said Jack. "That's a big job." Teddy and Kathleen laughed. "How do we do that?" asked Jack. "Simple," said Teddy. "You must seek out a brilliant artist." "Do you mean like a painter?" asked Annie. "It could be," said Teddy. "But it could also be any person who uses passion and imagination to create something beautiful." "Merlin wants you to help put that artist on the right path," said Teddy, "to share his or her gifts with the world." "Oh, cool," said Annie. "Where do we start?" Kathleen took a creamy white envelope from her cloak. It was sealed with melted red wax. In fancy writing, it said, "For Jack and Annie of Frog Creek. 'Tis a royal invitation," said Kathleen. Jack took the envelope. He carefully broke the seal and pulled out a thick card with gold edges and gold script. He read aloud. "You are invited to a party at the Summer Palace, October 13, 1762, 5 o'clock in the evening." "A party at a summer palace in 1762?" said Annie. "Yes," said Teddy. "The palace is in Vienna, Austria. It is one of the most splendid palaces in all of the world." "That sounds like fun," said Annie. "Indeed it should be," said Kathleen. "But you must watch your manners and beware of unexpected dangers." "What kind of dangers?" asked Jack. "I do not know," said Kathleen. "But Merlin believes you will need magic to keep safe. Did you bring the wand of Dianthus?" "Yes," said Jack. He reached into his backpack and pulled out the silvery wand. It was shaped like the horn of a unicorn. Kathleen took the wand from Jack. She closed her eyes and spun it through the air as if it were a spinning baton. In a blur of light and movement, the wand changed into a silver flute. Wow, said Annie. A flute? Asked Jack. A magic flute, said Teddy. Playing this flute will deliver you from danger. But Jack and Annie don't know how to play the flute, said Annie. Do not worry, said Kathleen. If the time is right, the flute will make its own music. Just blow over the mouthpiece, said Teddy, and while one of you plays, the other must make up a song. Whatever you sing will come true. Cool, said Annie. But when your song is ended, the flute's magic will end too, said Kathleen. You can only use the flute's magic once, so choose the time wisely. Okay, got it, said Annie. Are you ready to go? Asked Kathleen. Wait, said Jack. Party invitation, magic flute, is that all? Don't you have a research book for us? On this journey, Merlin wants you to rely only on your wits and your talents, said Teddy. Oh, okay, said Jack, though he wasn't sure he had many talents. Tell the magic treehouse where to go by pointing to the words on the invitation, said Kathleen. Annie pointed to the words Summer Palace, but before she made her wish, she looked at Teddy and Kathleen. I hope we see you again very soon, she said. Say hi to Merlin and Morgan while you go back to Camelot. And Penny too, said Jack. Kathleen and Teddy both smiled. Yes, we will, said Teddy. Annie took a deep breath. Okay, I wish we could go there, she said. To the Summer Palace. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Then everything was still. Absolutely still.